Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome to my channel, and I am your host with a beard. For today's video, I am sitting in this 2020 BMW 5 Series. I will show you around the exterior a little bit, do a review of the interior, and finally I will take it on the road to see how it drives. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, let's talk about how this car looks. It is a refined, sophisticated vehicle which embodies elegance and style. In this standard spec, it looks reserved and classy. The 5 Series comes as standard with these LED headlights and full LED taillights. One thing I absolutely love are these real exhaust pipes. As we all know, they are a dying breed in these times. You can also opt for the BMW adaptive headlights and the M Sports package, which will give this car a more aggressive and sporty look. You also get these square tips for the tailpipes with it. This particular car is equipped with 17-inch rims, but you can obviously upgrade to the 18, 19 or even 20-inch rims to make it look more appealing. As soon as you enter the vehicle, you are immediately surrounded by leather and soft touch materials everywhere. There are soft touch materials on the dashboard, on top of the doors, by your knees, all the way down to the floor. The use of leather in the cabin is abundant. You can find it on the seats, on the door panels, on the middle armrest, and even some on the steering wheel. This is the standard leather you get, and it feels like it is good quality and durable. All the buttons, dials, switches and stalks for the turn signals and wipers are expensive feeling and pleasant to the touch. I couldn't find any scratchy or cheap plastics, but one thing I do not like is this piano black trim on the middle console and part of the dash. It is just a dust and fingerprint magnet, and to be honest, it just looks messy. Personally, I would go for some sort of wooden trim. When you get behind the steering wheel and turn on the car, you are greeted by this gorgeous fully digital gauge cluster. It looks bright and clear even in broad daylight with crisp graphics. You can also change its appearance depending on what mode you're driving in, be that Sport, Comfort or Eco Pro. It can be customized. For example, you can put the nav map in front of you between the dials. You can switch between your music or the radio channels. You can see your fuel economy and so on and so forth. I do have to say that the screen is not as customizable as the ones you get in the Mercedes and the Audi cars. But if you're not into all the gimmicky stuff, you won't bother at all. This 5 Series is optioned with the Navigation Pro system, which means you get a larger infotainment screen. I believe it's about 10.3 inches if I'm not mistaken, which you can operate through touch or through this swivel wheel down here. It is almost as responsive as the screen of a smartphone with minimal lag and is very user-friendly as we are used to from the BMW iDrive system. At night, you can turn on the ambience lighting in the cockpit. So there are these LED strips running all throughout the interior, under the dashboard, in the doors, and even in the back doors, which you can set in a variety of colors or a combination of colors. It looks very beautiful at night and adds to the luxury feeling of the car. I have it set on dark blue, which turns the cabin into a lounge bar kind of place. Very gorgeous. There are also a few safety features which are worth mentioning. For example, this car comes with blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, forward collision, automatic emergency braking, and daytime pedestrian detection. Some other features are front and rear parking sensors, rear view camera, and self-parking. Also, some other amenities are, for example, heated seats in the front. You can upgrade to cooled or ventilated seats if you live in a hot climate. A wireless charging tray for your smartphone, very handy, no more messing around with cables. And electrically foldable mirrors. Note that the standard sound system in the 5 Series is okay at best. There aren't many customization options, and the sound doesn't go that deep or loud at all. So if you're a big fan of listening to music, I do recommend upgrading to the Harman Kardon sound system. Inside the 5 Series, there is plenty of space. You have storage bins in the doors and even in the back doors. You can put stuff in the middle console. The glove box is reasonably large, and on the left of the steering wheel there is this little compartment where you can put like a wallet or sunglasses or other small things like change. There are also 2 cup holders in the front and 2 in the back in the middle armrest. The tailgate opens and closes electrically through the key from inside the car or just pressing the button on it. When you open the tailgate, it reveals a large square trunk space with a flat loading floor so you can easily put stuff in or take it out. If you want even more space, you can electrically recline the rear seats in a 60-40 split. What I also like is that you can completely independently recline the middle seat for carrying longer items and still seating 2 people in the back. The back seats will comfortably seat people. As you can see, I have plenty of knee room and reasonable headspace. Note that the driver's seat is in my driving position and I am somewhere between 5'10" and 5'11". The middle seat is a bit uneasy as you sit elevated, and there is this big transmission tunnel running through the middle of the floor, so you have to put your feet around it. Oh look, I even found some additional storage at the back of the front seats. Now it's time to get this car on the road and see how it drives. Let me start off by saying that this is the 2-liter diesel, or the 520D. It makes 190 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. So all these new BMW 520Ds for the year 2020, they come with a mild hybrid technology. This means that it has a 48-volt electrical engine which helps boost performance and gives more fuel economy, allegedly. You also notice that the start-stop function of the car is smoother and transitions more seamless between the on and the off engine modes. So the first thing you notice while driving the 5 Series is how solid and sturdy it feels. This is a well-built car and it shows that on the road. There are no rattling noises, there are no intrusive sounds in the cabin, and it does not get shaky at high speeds. The engine picks up speed very nicely, but it's not rapid. If you want a smoother driving experience and a faster engine, you should upgrade to the 3-liter 6-cylinder diesels, which has more power and also is fuel efficient. There are also the 530i, the 540i, and the 550i, which are all really fast. And if you want insane speed, you can upgrade to the M5. In comfort mode, the steering is nice and light, and the 8-speed automatic transmission switches seamlessly between the gears. The ride is smooth and relaxing. When you put it in sport mode, you can feel the steering tighten up a bit and the transmission holds the gears for a bit longer. I don't really think the new 5 Series is as sporty anymore as its predecessors. You know, it leans a bit more towards the E-Class levels of comfort, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, BMWs are supposed to be driver's cars and I don't really like to see them stepping away from it. So, should you buy this car or not? Well, if you're in the market for a mid-size luxury sedan which has all the latest tech and safety features, will comfortably transport you and your loved ones, and is also very practical, then you should definitely consider the 5 Series. It isn't expensive to maintain, it is very fuel efficient, reliable, and wears one of the most desirable badges in the world. Well guys, this was it for today. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video informative or you enjoyed watching it, please give me a thumb up and subscribe because there are more reviews coming up. This was my very first review of a car, so if you guys think that I can do anything to better my videos or to enhance the quality of my videos, please, all constructive criticism is welcome down in the comments. Until next time, and take care of yourself and each other.